We had a beautiful brownstone near Lincoln Park, friends who felt like family, and a love I thought was unbreakable. I adored her. I still remember the way she'd smile at me from across a crowded room, a secret signal that said, "You and me against the world." It was all a performance. The first crack appeared 3 months before that fateful Tuesday. She started working late, client dinners she called them. The texts became shorter. The kisses on her way out the door felt like a formality. When I'd try to talk to her, she'd turn it on me. "Are you accusing me of something, Tom? I'm just exhausted from work. Can't you support me?" It was masterful manipulation. She made me feel guilty for even questioning her. That night, after seeing the text, I felt a coldness I'd never known. I didn't confront her. Instead, I became a ghost in my own home. I started digging. The first piece of evidence was a credit card statement I found while cleaning our home office, a charge for $200 at the Langham, a luxury hotel on the Chicago River. On a night she was supposedly at a gallery opening. My hands were shaking so badly I had to sit down. The next piece was a receipt from a high-end jewelry store tucked into her car's glove compartment. A man's watch, a very expensive one. It wasn't my birthday or our anniversary. I started using a feature on our family phone plan to view call logs. The number was always the same. Mark. Dozens of calls, some lasting over an hour, usually when she was at the gym. The gym was a lie. Her life was a lie. The final soul-crushing proof came from a small audio recorder I bought online. I felt sick doing it, but I had to know for sure. I placed it under the passenger seat of her car one morning. That evening, I put on my headphones, my heart pounding against my ribs like a drum. I heard her start the car, then her voice, sweet as honey. "Hey, you. I'm on my way." A man's voice, smug and deep, replied, "Took you long enough. I missed you." It was Mark, her colleague. The one she always said was like a brother to her. For the next 20 minutes, I listened to them laugh about me. They mocked my predictability, my boring job, the way I always made her coffee in the morning. Sarah giggled and said, "He's just so safe, so easy. He'd never suspect a thing." Each word was a nail hammered into my coffin. They talked about their future, about how she was just waiting for the right time to leave me, after she secured a bigger stake in our shared assets. That's when I stopped being a victim and started being a hunter. I didn't cry. The pain had burned itself out, leaving behind something cold and hard. Sarah's 30th birthday was just a month away. She wanted a huge party at a trendy rooftop bar in the West Loop, with all our friends and family. Oh, it would be perfect, I thought. I threw myself into the planning, booking the venue, hiring the caterers, inviting over 100 people. She was ecstatic, telling her friends how lucky she was to have such a thoughtful husband. All the while, my lawyer was quietly preparing the paperwork. We filed for divorce, citing infidelity, and timed the service for the day after the party. We also prepared to file a civil suit against Mark for alienation of affection. Using the financial evidence of the gifts she'd bought him with our joint money, the night of the party arrived. The rooftop was stunning, with panoramic views of the Chicago skyline. Sarah was radiant in a silver dress, laughing and holding a glass of champagne, the queen of her little kingdom. Mark was there, of course, lurking near the bar, giving me a smug nod. He thought he'd won. Around 10 o'clock, I walked to the microphone set up for speeches. "Everyone," I began, my voice steady. "Can I have your attention?" The crowd quieted. Sarah beamed at me, expecting a loving tribute. "I want to thank you all for coming to celebrate my amazing wife, Sarah." I paused, letting the silence hang in the air. Sarah has taught me so much, especially about the nature of trust. As the recording played the part about her planning to leave me after securing our assets, her knees buckled. Her eyes rolled back in her head and she collapsed in a heap on the floor. She had fainted. Someone screamed. Mark, the brave lover, had already vanished into the night. I didn't move to help her. I just stood there, holding the microphone, and said calmly into the silence, "Happy birthday, Sarah." The aftermath was brutal, just as I'd planned. The divorce was a slaughter. Faced with the overwhelming evidence and the social humiliation, she didn't fight. She lost the house, most of her savings, and her reputation. The gallery fired her. Her family was devastated. Mark was hit with the civil suit and, to avoid a public battle, settled out of court, a move that crippled him financially and cost him his job, too. They were both ruined. Their little fantasy world shattered into a million pieces. I sold the brownstone and moved to a small, quiet apartment overlooking Lake Michigan. Sometimes, late at night, I stand by the window and look at the city lights. The same lights that once seemed so full of promise. I won. I got my revenge. But the victory feels hollow, like the empty space in the bed next to me. The silence in my apartment is louder than any recording. The end.